Dollywood has just announced its most significant expansion yet. Big Bear Mountain is a new roller coaster in the new Big Bear Mountain expansion to Wildwood Grove, voted the best kiddie section in the world. This will be expanded on the back end of Wildwood Grove, and Big Bear Mountain will be the premier attraction. Here's everything you need to know and my thoughts about Big Bear Mountain. Something interesting about this ride is that they didn't actually announce many stats. What we do know is that the ride is 3,990 feet long. We do not have a top speed or height. The ride will be interactive with water elements and onboard audio. The ride also has an interesting theme, with trains even looking like a Jeep. And what a lot of you guys are concerned with, the ride manufacturer. And that ride manufacturer is Vekoma, which will be a new gen Vekoma in the States finally. The trains will also feature lap bars, which is great for a launch coaster like this. Now that we've gone through the known stats, let's dive into the layout. A lot of the elements are actually very similar around the layout. The ride begins with a launch out of the station before heading into a sharp left turn. This turn levels out and goes into a second launch, which propels riders into almost a twisted double up. Something interesting is that most of the ride takes place on the mountainside, so there are multiple moments where the ride climbs up the mountain and then drops off the side. One of these moments is the next element, where the ride twists around the mountain and dives into the ride's highlight. Big Bear Mountain dives into a water element, where the ride speeds through a cave with a splash effect and waterfall. It looks to be a picturesque moment as well because of the location near the pathway. After the speedy water element, the ride climbs back up the mountain. The rest of the first half is the ride meandering around the mountainside through some quick hills, which will be perfect for families. The ride then enters the more compact second half. The ride looks to reach its top speed after the third launch. After this launch, which runs parallel to the second launch, the ride climbs to its highest point, which is right above the paths of the new expansion. This will make for multiple interesting photo opportunities. The rest of the coaster looks to be more compact. The ride dives into two sharply banked turns, which then leads into what looks to be the whippiest transition of the ride. Honestly, some of these elements look pretty intense, but again, this is still a family coaster. It's not meant to be the most thrilling. Now we enter the finale of the ride. The ride winds around and goes through multiple other transitions. This section isn't by the mountainside, it's instead in the valley. The ride continues through a rapid transition into a helix. This ending helix leads into a tunnel under a path, causing another photo opportunity. After the tunnel, the ride pops up into the brake run. Based on the brake run, the ride looks to be able to hold 3 different trains, perfect for a ride of this size. So what are my thoughts on Big Bear Mountain? I think that this coaster is good for what it is. It's not meant to be thrilling, so it is perfect for the audience it is targeted to. I do think it's a little similar to Fire Chaser Express, so I would have preferred a different type of ride, maybe a motorbike coaster. But I love the setting and how it interacts with the mountain. We don't have a lot of info on the expansion, but the ride interacts incredibly well with the paths with the tunnels, and the waterfall effect. Onboard audio also makes this ride so much better in my opinion. The layout looks okay, some of the transitions look pretty whippy, so I'm interested to see those. It just seems very repetitive to me. Maybe an inversion thrown in would have been better to get families used to higher thrills and separate it from Fire Chaser, but that is just me. I'm interested to see how the coaster rides and how the theme is, and I cannot wait to experience it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. Comment what you think of Big Bear Mountain and have a great rest of your day.